All right, looks like we are live with episode 14. I feel like we should be a
14.
much higher number than this.
Nah, I'm a professional. I have this like yellow bar just across the screen that says live now.
Nice. Where are you on your tablet?
Yeah, better than my computer somehow. Actually, have light, as you can see.
Computers. Who needs them?
Got a new phone. Very excited.
Oh, let me see your phone.
It's the same one that I had before, just a newer version. The Note
Yeah,
10.
I can't see that. Oh, okay. You don't have the new
The other
six,
phone,
the 6 Plus. Is it the same size as
the
the?
6 Plus. The 6 Plus is a little bit bigger than this one, but I think this one, the screen is still a little bit bigger. But yeah, I
Yeah.
don't like my phones bending.
Is it just is it just the 6 Plus that's bending?
I have no idea. From what my mom was telling me, she's like, "Oh, the 6 Plus isn't even out yet." I'm like, "I don't know. I'm out of it. I don't give a shit right now.
'Cause when I
Maybe
heard
later."
it's people like that have it in their back pocket and they like sit down. It's like, well, that's what you get.
Yeah, not a fan of keeping the phone back there.
I don't see how people do that. Like I can't even have like my wallet in like my back pocket because when I sit down, it's like the arteries in my leg get cut off, and when I stand back up, it's
You
like
just kind of stop carrying $1,000 in singles, man.
I know, right? Well then, I got every time I gotta buy new belts because like all that money is just.
Just busting the pants.
But did you like my little joke, my Amon joke?
Yeah, that was great. You should put that in the links.
But I got that from Reddit, so yeah, I stole it. Just like Amon still in the bending.
Don't.
Dum. I just like when I rewatch like book one and then that scene where he's giving his speech and he goes like this, I'm just not gonna take that scene seriously anymore.
You just be like, "Whoa, that's a shitty joke."
Oh man. But yeah.
Shit.
So we got a lot of topics to talk about this episode. We've been saving up.
There's some stuff here that I'm not even sure of when that happened or what it means.
Like which ones?
The Spider-Man one, really.
Oh
You want to
yeah,
start with that, I guess.
because I was thinking about this, like what's gonna happen to like all his. Well, we're talking about if you don't know, Spider-Man is gonna be Spider-Man and the X-Men, which I feel like didn't they just relaunch Wolverine and the X-Men
I think so, but now that they're killing him, I guess they can't have him back for at least a year.
or two
Yeah, until the next movie.
until the next. When is the next the Apocalypse X-Men?
hmm Or his next solo movie if that happens.
Uh, but Spider-Man and the X-Men. The Spider-Man,
What do you think about that?
I think he's gonna be like their. I think it's like in Wolverine's like will, not will, but like in one of his like last requests was for him to like. Not, I don't think he's taken over the school. I think he's gonna be like the guidance counselor
hmm
because we all know Spider-Man's the perfect person
Yeah, that's right.
to be guiding people.
So now he's gonna be running Parker Industries and a counselor to these mutant teens.
Yeah, it happens in comics all the time. That's how Wolverine was in like 15 books at once. It's like, does this guy have a like social life, or he just run around all these teams?
I don't even know what to think of that. It's like so random. It's Spider-Man.
Yeah, but they kind of have a Spider-Man and Wolverine kind of had like a good relationship
Yeah.
from
Who's
what I've
writing the
read.
book?
Huh?
Who's writing it?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna see if it says in the article. Let's see.
Brian Michael Bendis.
Yeah, because he writes everything Marvel.
Him and Jeff Johns.
Well, actually, let's see. It's launching in December. Nah, it doesn't say.
TBA. Find out.
Yeah, to be announced.
I'll
Yeah,
get on my contacts at Marvel, see what they can tell me.
let them know. Also, let them know that I sent in my resume
For Cyborg? No, that's DC.
for anything available. I just wrote available for any book. Squirrel Girl.
Best book ever. Yeah. We'll see what's gonna happen. Probably won't read that though. I managed to cut down my book list a lot. I'm only 2 books away from being caught up. Very
Nice.
excited. Very excited. Great things are happening in my life right now.
So what are you reading?
Uh, just like the core stuff that I really like. Batman, Spider-Man, Batgirl, Walking Dead, so the Image books, uh, X-Men stuff.
Which one? The Bendis stuff?
Yeah, Uncanny and All New. Just those two. So I'm really enjoying that.
I think right now, uh, what did I looking at my shelf? I started rereading Ultimate X-Men. Took a break from that, and then what did I read? Oh, I reread the Batgirl. Uh, I reread volumes 1 and 2 because I kind of forgot what happened. So I have volume 3. I've had it for like months. I just never read it.
You just never got to it.
Yeah, so I reread volume 1 and 2, and then volume 3 was like the death of the family, like tie-ins
Mm-hmm.
with like her and her brother.
Yeah.
Some dark stuff there.
Who wrote those?
Gail Simone.
Yep. Awesome. Wait, this is New 52 already?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I read all that. That's what I'm saying. Is like it's gonna be a good change of pace. Like I did love her Batgirl stuff. I thought it was awesome. But like it could change a little bit to not be as dark. I could use that break.
Yeah, like it ends with her killing supposedly like her brother dying, like falling off the bridge. But
But it was
knowing
like
what happens if what happened?
what was it like the week after he shows up in another comic book. Like so it's obvious that he survived.
Yeah, but he also shows up in that Future's End issue.
Yeah.
Did you read it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
read it. But that's the thing though. Is it like the week after he fell off the bridge, he shows up in like Suicide Squad or something like that. So everybody's like, well, there goes the mystery of whether or not he's even dead.
Well, that might have taken place before.
But she didn't know though. That's the thing. It's like she didn't know that he was alive until the issue before Future's End. That's when she found out that he was still alive.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he had like a mental problem, right?
Yeah,
That's why.
he's a serial killer psychopath.
Okay.
So he just does this thing.
Okay. Yeah, because when they were talking about like her cat Alaska and how like he killed, I think he like killed the cat and then threatened threatened his mom saying, "Oh, if you don't." What was it? He like threatened his mom saying that he's gonna kill Barbara or something like that, and I was like, "What's wrong with this kid?"
Yeah, he's just like homicidal maniac shit right there.
Yeah, but I mean, it was pretty good. I have some of Gail Simone's Birds of Prey stuff that I gotta start reading.
Hmm.
So hopefully I'll eventually get to that. But so I reread Batgirl. I think I have Wonder Woman Volume 3. I need to read, but I gotta reread the first 2 trades because I don't remember. I know it was like son of some son being born.
Hmm.
I forgot what the
I
story
read
is called.
the first volume. I don't know if I have it or how I came to it, like just how I read the first volume,
Okay.
and then I never
Can you hear
picked
my
it up.
fan, by the way?
No.
Okay. So yeah, and then so right now I'm reading the Kelly Sue DeConnick Captain Marvel. I
Hmm.
started reading that this morning. I have like the first 2 trades that I think I got at SuperCon.
Okay.
So I'm like almost done with the first volume. It's so far it's pretty good. It's just her doing her thing.
I think I read like as far as the first volume also,
Okay.
but I didn't stick with it. I'm just like something with it just I didn't care for. So I'm like,
Yeah, I like because the team like the Avengers team books. There's like too many of them, so I don't know which ones are good.
mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's good to read those, but I also like finding out like what these characters do when they're not with the team, like just off doing their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard like the like
The Hawkeye book is good for that.
yeah, I gotta get on that too eventually.
That's a really good book too. I like that one because it takes place like with Clint and also with Kate. So like right now
Kate
Clint
is who? His daughter?
no, she took up the Hawkeye mantle after he died.
Way back when.
Yeah, way back when, and he became Ronin, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and Bendis's New Avengers. I read that.
Yeah,
This,
okay.
yeah, that run is pretty good because it's like
She's got a
just
daughter now.
it's just like just Bendis writing the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like it deals a lot with Luke Cage and his what's her name, Jessica Jones,
Mm-hmm.
like their stuff and like the Civil War and Secret Invasion tie-in stuff was pretty good. But what were you saying? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that she's not his daughter. She's just
But Kate Bishop is who Miles is dating in the Ultimate stuff, right?
yeah. I don't know if she's gonna become anybody in that. I haven't read that one forever. I need to get back
Yeah,
to
I was at the SuperCon store on I think it was Sunday after when we were playing Destiny.
it. Mm-hmm.
Like right after I just went out because I didn't want to get out the house. So I went and I was like flipping through like the recent issue, and apparently like what they don't really confirm if like he's dead or not, but like Jay Jonah like shoots Norman Osborn. Like you just see like him just shooting the gun. I'm just like, because I think he like I wasn't reading it. I was like flipping through the pages,
Wait,
and like he like
and what is this?
this is the Miles book,
Oh, okay.
the most recent issue,
Mm-hmm.
and like Norman goes to like Jay Jonah's house, and I guess they're having like some kind of conversation, and then like you just see him like take out a gun, like he reverts back to his human form, and you see like Jay Jonah like take out a gun and shoot him, and I'm just like, is he? I doubt he's dead, but okay. And then at the end, it's Miles is going to Mary Jane's house, I guess, to talk to him about Peter, and Peter's like already there, and like she answers the door, and then she's like, "Oh, just like go away" or something like that, and then Peter shows up, and he's like, "Oh, he deserves answers." So I don't know if that means that Mary Jane knew he was alive the whole time. Like I don't know what that's insinuating.
The Peter.
So yeah, that Peter was alive the whole time.
So is it really him or is it Larkin?
They still haven't confirmed anything.
God
So I
damn.
guess the answers that we're supposed to get next issue is gonna be the reveal.
Damn, I gotta catch up on that. That's the only one that I'm gonna be behind on then.
It was funny because I was listening to a review. They were talking about this issue, and they're like, "What's up with Norman Osborn just showing up at people's house and sitting on their couch in a bathrobe?" Because apparently he did it in like an earlier issue of Ultimate Spider-Man. He like shows up at Peter's house in a bathrobe, and then he does the same thing at Jay Jonah's house. So when he said that, I thought about it. I'm just like, that's true. What's up with this guy?
That's a boss status, man. Once you make them millions, you can do what you want.
I still don't like. I think I tolerate him more in the Ultimate stuff than the 616.
616.
But yeah, so I think the first trade is supposed to be coming out soon. Because as you know, I can't read monthlies.
Mm-hmm.
I need the whole story arc in one sitting instead of reading one issue and then having to wait a month for another issue. It's like,
And then it gets canceled or it gets pushed back.
yeah.
Like, well,
And I read a wide variety of stuff, so it's like if I were to ever have like a pull list,
oh yeah, that was me. Like back when I had my pull list going, it's like, nah, gotta cut this shit back.
yeah, that's why it's better for me to just read in trades because if I give like a book like at least the first trade and to see if I'm into it.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm feeling it, then I'll continue with it. But like, because I can't really gauge something based off one issue because you don't know where the story's gonna go.
Exactly.
Like,
It's like watching a TV show and then just be after the first episode, you're like, well, it sucked. Well, it's a fucking pilot.
Yeah.
The budget's less. Just give it a few episodes to establish.
Speaking of pilots,
Like that.
so Gotham started this week.
Fuck that show.
You don't like it?
No, I don't care for it. Like
Okay.
again, it's that whole thing. It's the pilot. Like I had some issues with some stuff, but
Yeah,
I'll give it one.
I took some mini notes here.
Yeah, I but there's some stuff that like I'll give it a shot. Give it some weeks.
But let's see. Gotham notes.
Like
The villain name drops kind of,
I didn't have issues with that.
but
I
it's
think
funny
because they kept
because
dropping the name before they like as soon as they showed up, I'm like, Penguin, Fish Mooney. This might be the
it's
Joker, but it's not.
it's funny because I was listening to a podcast. This was a couple months ago, and they were talking about how much you want to bet in the Gotham show they're gonna drop these villain names they even went so far as to say they're gonna start doing like puns like in Batman and Robin the movie. But yeah, the villain name, like I didn't have a big problem with it, but it's like it wasn't really necessary for me because I already knew like,
Yeah.
okay, this is the Penguin, this is so and so, this is so and like Poison Ivy, like her name being Ivy, I'm just like, why couldn't it just be her regular name? Why does it have to
Pamela.
be Pamela Isley, of course?
Yeah.
Because back in the day,
Pi.
every villain, like their villain name and their real name was pretty much the same.
Yeah, you gotta have the same initials.
But so I got that.
I thought it was alright. Like I just found it weird seeing that guy playing Gordon.
Oh, I don't
In
know what
my
he's from.
mind, no, it's just like in my mind, Gordon is the guy from The Dark Knight. Like he did an amazing Gordon.
It's just funny because like while I'm watching the pilot, I'm just picturing him with that mustache. I'm like, I don't see it.
I'm just wondering, like, when we get that mustache.
Season 8.
Nah, that has to be like a season finale bomb. Like,
It's only 16 episodes though.
well, season 16. I mean, episode 16. It's like the last shot. He's just gonna look at his girlfriend, assuming she's still alive, and be like, "I'm the girl mustache." Fade to black. I'm gonna be like, "Oh my god, it's
Speaking of
you!"
speaking of his girlfriend,
I don't
Barbara
give a shit.
being a blonde. What's up with that? What happened to the redheads?
Yeah,
She's
maybe, I
supposed,
guess maybe this isn't her mom.
but her name's Barbara.
Doesn't matter.
She dates another. He dates another girl named Barbara. He's like
Only dates Barbara. That's just a fun fact.
Barbara Gordon. Well, they're not married yet, so
No,
it's just funny because it's like
and she
his
has
daughter's
another
name's
one.
Barbara. His son's name's James Jr.
It's like, come on, people. Some creativity. You rarely see like the mom. I mean, the daughter named after the mom.
Yeah, it's usually the daughter named after like the grandma.
Yeah. So like that. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
But doesn't that get confusing when like let's say you're just in the house and you're like Barbara, and they both come in. It's like, which one are you calling?
Well, that's how nicknames happen.
But yeah, her being a
Unless it's
blonde,
weird.
I was kind of taken aback.
She could be
But
fake blonde. They'll
maybe.
probably come up. She's like, "Oh, you're blonde." It's like her ex girlfriend, the cop lady. She'll probably be like, "I preferred you when you were
Her
redhead."
ex-girlfriend, what do you mean?
The cop lady, the special units thing, the one that went to go
Oh,
kill the
Renee
president.
Montoya. She's a character from the comics. She
Yeah.
she becomes the second question, and I think she dated Batwoman
Was her character the one that betrayed Gordon in the Dark Knight movie or not?
in the Dark Knight movie.
Yeah, that there was a and the Joker's like, oh, somebody in the police forces.
Nah, I think that was a different character. I don't remember. I
But
know who you're talking about, but I don't
yeah,
remember.
but from what I understood, Barbara and this lady had a past together as a couple.
Probably, yeah.
Cause she's like, I know Gordon. And she's like, yeah, but he doesn't know you as good as I do. And then they did that like Coruscant look, and then it faded to another scene. I'm like, oh.
They have flashback college years. But yeah, so Renee Montoya, I recognize that name because I think she was in like the Batwoman book. I think like they dated or something like that.
I recognized the last name, but didn't really click on anything. But yeah, I'll definitely give the show a couple more.
Yeah, I'll probably just watch it, even if it turns out to be really bad. I'll just continue because there's not a lot of stuff I watch anyways. So,
Yeah.
but what was the thing? The last thing was something my dad pointed out to me when I didn't even realize it when I first went through it was like the comedian guy being the possible Joker.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even put two and two together until he
Yeah.
mentioned it. I was like, oh yeah, that's right.
No, yeah, when I was watching what you saw, I told him, like, this might be the possible Joker, but I don't think so.
Probably not, because wasn't it you said that in every episode it's gonna be a different.
So, yeah, there's going to be, like, a teaser or, like, a possible person that could be the Joker.
My thing is, it's like Bruce Wayne is what 8, and like these villains are like at least in their 20s. So by the time this guy becomes Batman, they're gonna be like middle-aged people, and he's gonna be in his prime.
Oh, the villains?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that. Like, I was wondering that, too. Like the Penguin is older. Poison Ivy is his age, so that's fine. The Riddler is going to be too old. The Joker, depending on who they go with. The chick playing Selena Kyle.
What was her purpose?
No,
She had no lines.
no, she's just like a teaser. But she bothered me. Her face, she looks like she's a 40-year-old that had plastic surgery to look like a 40-year-old. Like, I don't know.
They did that. What was it in the first Captain America movie, where they like CG'd his face?
That's how it looks. It's like she.
I don't know. That didn't really bother me. Like, because she like I didn't really understand what her purpose was. Like, you could have took her scenes out, and then
Yeah.
only thing is she witnessed like Bruce Wayne's parents being murdered.
Here's the thing: is like at the end of the episode, James is driving out the driveway, and she's literally on the wall. I'm like, does he not see this? Is this not a red flag for him? Like, yo, there's this kid climbing this wall that shouldn't be climbing it. And I stop and ask her some questions. He's just like, nah, it's fine. Gotham.
But yeah, I'm gonna keep up with it. It's only 16 episodes, so that's not that bad.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I do look forward to the other shows starting later on this next month.
2 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Like I think Arrow and Flash are starting 2 weeks. But so what's next on our fabulous list here?
Speaking of DC, we have Supergirl TV series
Oh snap!
picked up by the CBS
What channel is that?
Channel 4. So,
I don't understand.
what?
All these like I just feel bad. Like you already know like some of these are not gonna get past one season, or they might even get like a full season.
Yeah.
Like I just feel bad that they're putting all this money and resources into these. It feels like they're just in the boardroom, and they're like they have like post-it notes
Who can we
on like a board, and then they have a dart, and they're just like, okay, what's our next TV show? Supergirl. All right.
Here's my question though, is that DC is a very, like Marvel, it's a very intertwined universe. So like you have all these different TV shows on all these different channels.
I have a theory about this, but go
They're not
ahead.
going to be, like these channels are not
Interconnected.
going to together and be interconnected. So it's like the Penguin and Gotham. Could, like if they decided to bring in the Penguin and Flash is going to be a different guy. Or if like
Yeah.
Supergirl's villain, like I don't know who the fuck she goes against, but like
It's mainly like Superman stuff.
yeah, but there's still an overlap with Gotham stuff, and it's like they're just stretching it thin too.
But I have a theory.
What's that?
You know how Flash can use the Speed Force and travel in time?
Multiverses?
It's gonna be that I give it season 1 finale. It's gonna be no, not season 1. It's gonna be during a season where all these shows are currently airing on TV. I don't know when that's gonna be.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be that finale. It's gonna be him using the Speed Force, and he just crosses through networks. Like he shows up in Teen Titans, he shows up in Supergirl, and you're just like, and you're not gonna know. You're just gonna be like, is that is that Grant Gust? That's his name, right? Grant Gustin.
Yeah.
Like he just showed, like you just see the lightning. I don't know what appears when he comes to the Speed Force. Is like a lightning thing
No,
that he
that's
just
more.
run through a portal.
Nothing. I don't know. Maybe some lightning.
But yeah, it's gonna be something like that, and it's just gonna he's just
It's
gonna
gonna
show
show like
up.
a red blur fly across everything, and then like you watch his latest episode, and like you'll see just a scene of him running through each show.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that Flashpoint panel, like the end, where he's just like crossing all the universes,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna see Pandora there. That's what's gonna happen. I'm confirming it now.
Nailed it.
Watch it. It would be so funny if that actually is gonna happen. Like,
That'd be amazing. That'd be sweet. Oh my god. We're gonna have
oh
to come back, cut out this part from this episode, and just put in the future episode. Be like, listen, we called this back in 2014.
man. But yeah. So speaking of Teen Titans,
Yeah.
I'm on a roll with these segues.
Keep rolling.
So Teen Titans gonna be on TNT. What else is on TNT? There's reruns of Smallville, Supernatural, and Charmed.
Yeah. I really don't know. Like, I even know I haven't watched TNT in fucking ever.
But I don't see how they're gonna do this because we already have Speedy and Arrow, or we already have Roy Harper and Arrow.
But they can do without that. I mean, they can take the female.
Yeah, but that's a potential for Arrow as well.
That's true. But then they can just go without that. They can do the lineup from the cartoon.
So what? Nightwing, Starfire, Raven.
Dick Grayson, Robin.
Yeah. Oh, I said Nightwing. My bad. Yeah, Dick Grayson. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but they said Nightwing is going to be the lead. That's why I said Nightwing.
Maybe it's like a Young Justice situation where like he runs the team, and then you can have a Tim Drake Robin, Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, and then Cyborg. I don't know because
He's going to be in Justice League.
Yeah, so like they can get another powerhouse to fill in for him.
I don't know how that's going to work without mentioning like the Justice League people. Because the whole point, like, isn't like the whole point of the Teen Titans is that they were all like sidekicks to these bigger guys and girls, and that they pretty much just came together and started doing their own thing. Like, isn't that the? That's what I always pictured. That's what I always pictured them as.
Kind of like a Young Justice thing.
Yeah. But
because I don't know who else I could get to be there.
Because they already said Nightwing's going to be the lead.
Would they
So,
do Deathstroke as a villain? Because that's a huge thing, right?
well, Deathstroke originally started as
And
he was originally a Teen Titans villain, which I gotta plug in my charger.
Would Wonder Girl be there, or would she be in the Supergirl series?
Wonder Girl is from Teen Titans.
Yeah, but she can also be in the Supergirl thing, no? I mean, aren't they friends?
I don't know if they have any relation like that, or I don't know. This is the thing. I don't know how they're gonna do the series.
Yeah, so far it's just like nothing. Just a lot of speculation. But let's see. I mean, I feel like it's gonna get to a point where there's just gonna be too much comic book shit on TV.
Well, you already know that some of this stuff is gonna get canceled, so.
Yeah. And then next year we have like the Marvel stuff on Netflix. I look forward to that.
Yeah. Which I can actually watch.
And then speaking of comic book fucking TV shows, we got Walking Dead spinoff.
Yeah, that one I'm kind of looking forward to a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if like there's really necessary. It's just the same zombie
But
stuff.
they said it's gonna be in a different. It's gonna be new characters in a different location. So I guess people have been asking like, what's going on in a different area of the world, and stuff like that.
It's gonna be like in a city. I wouldn't mind seeing more like city stuff.
I don't think so. It depends on what area Because like, let's say if they say New York, then it's gonna be in a city.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to see the characters from the game have little cameos and stuff or in the comics or in the TV.
Maybe they go with
Because
like Clementine and.
but I don't want them to be the main characters because that's what the games are for.
Mm-hmm.
Because we already have like enough story with that.
It's like that's what the comics are for. But like
Yeah, but they already said like
main group characters.
they already said like the game takes place in the comic book universe,
Mm-hmm.
like it's in the same continuity. So at least we know like that they exist somewhere. But I would like to see
Like they can have different version. Like maybe they can have what's the name of the guy from the episode from the first season?
Lee
Lee
Everett.
But without Clementine, just like just a new story for him, just doing his thing with a new group of people and just going by.
Nah, that's not. It's not gonna. It's
That's
for the show probably, yeah.
Yeah,
But like in the comic, it wouldn't work that way because the first episode was like, yeah, because when he first meets Clementine was when the zombie apocalypse started, so it wouldn't. But I guess for the TV show, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For like the TV show, have like maybe just Lee or maybe even Lee and Clementine, because the TV show currently, The Walking Dead, is different than the comics.
Yeah, I was reading that he like what's the main guy? What's his name?
Rick.
Rick. Like he lost his arm in the book, right? Didn't that happen in like 2 issues in or something like that?
But yeah, he did. So like, there's characters that exist in the show, but not the books. There's characters that are dead in one, but not the other. So it can be with the spinoff. They can do the same thing. They can have Lee and Clementine meet and then just have their own separate thing that relates.
Yeah, but I would rather see them at.
Universe.
Yeah. I don't know. I always thought that was cool, but I guess they might just stick with that with the game.
Yeah,
Do that.
probably. Like, just
Do that with the game.
New people.
Because the only person who showed up in the TV show or in the comic that's in the game is Glenn. Like he was in the first episode, and like they were saying like,
I thought they had more.
huh?
I thought they had more characters that showed up.
Oh, and Herschel. Herschel was in the first episode too. Like you're on his farm. Like they were saying with Glenn, like what happened in the game explains like what happened to him before he shows up in like the first episode of the show. Like he was with that group first, and then at the end of that episode, he leaves and says he's going to go into the city. So I guess that's when he ends up meeting with these people.
Yeah, but we'll see how that goes. I mean, so far it's just a pilot being ordered, so that can mean anything. We'll probably, if it doesn't get picked up, we'll never even see it, unless it leaks online.
I'm just going to start filming my own Walking Dead stuff. Just start pitching it to AMC.
What else we have here? Let's see. Moving a little bit away from TV, but still within the comic universe, we got Arkham Knight pushed back to June 2nd.
Yeah, finally got a release date on that.
What was it originally? It was like beginning of the year, February 2015, right?
Well, it was originally supposed to come out like next month.
Yeah, but then it got
when they first showed the trailer.
February,
but they delayed it, but it wasn't confirmed when it was gonna be, or when it was a new release date, and then until now, where it's like June 2nd, I was like, that's probably like the only game coming out during the summer. So that gives me plenty of time to drive around the Batmobile.
Yeah. Should be fun.
But so you think Batman dies in this game? Or Bruce Wayne dies and he becomes Batman 24/7?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so this is the last game in a trilogy, I think, or quadrilogy.
Yeah.
If you count Origins.
I guess that's cool. That will leave up Rocksteady ready for a Justice League game.
I don't see a Justice League game happening.
Oh,
I'd rather them make like a Ninja Turtles game. So that's still under Warner Brothers. That's under Warner Brothers. Well, I think that'd be pretty cool. Like, because that kind of fits like the same combat style in a way.
Mm-hmm.
You just have like the different variations with the different turtles.
Yeah,
so
that'd be cool. I'm down for
yeah, 4-player co-op. I call Michelangelo.
like the old school arcades.
Oh yeah, Chuck E. Cheese. I used to spend all my time in there playing that arcade game. I don't think I ever finished it, but oh, and the Turtles in Time was good too.
Yeah, I think that's the only one I played.
I played Turtles in Time. There was another one for this first Nintendo system that I played that my cousin had. I just remember it because like his thing was like so bootleg that you had to put like two games in it to play one. So the game you put the game in you wanted to play, you push it down, and then you had to put another game on top of it.
I had seen this stand-up comedian talking about this once. He's like, "Yeah, man, we're all kids. We all had a Nintendo. Every Nintendo had a different thing. You want to play something in mine? You gotta stick in a game, another game, this specific pencil, and rub it on the side twice. It'll turn on then. You go to his house. He's got a game inside. He's got a toothbrush. And pick on top." And I'm like, that's so true.
Yeah, every
Mine was
console.
like, you would put it in, push it down, and then turn it on, and then just kind of wiggle it up and down until it caught, and then we're good.
You prayed that it worked. You prayed that when you turn around and sit down, it's still working.
While you're playing, it stays on.
Yeah. Oh man.
What else we got here? We got still within the comic book realm, but moving out of video games and TV and into the movie universe. Deadpool. 2016.
Deadpool movie confirmed.
PG-13.
Deadpool movie. Yeah, it's gonna be PG-13. Which, depending on how they film it, it could work. Like I was actually thinking this before you started recording, that you know how he likes to like break the fourth wall a lot,
Yeah.
and, like in his books. I was thinking like you could have like certain parts of like the movie where like he would say like a curse word, but they'll kind of bleep it out, and then you'll have him like looking around like every time he hears a beat sound, he's like looking around like the hell was that? And then he'll curse again, and they'll beep it out, and he'll start looking, and he starts talking to us through the movie screen. I think like something like that. Marvel,
Get on that.
I want my royalties. Yes, I was thinking like something like that would be pretty cool, like to bring like the fourth wall, breaking the fourth wall stuff, like put that into the movie.
Have you seen the Deadpool leaked footage yet? The leaked video? No.
I don't even know where to find it. I heard it was off, like they took it offline.
I'll send it to you. Remind me once we're done here. I'll do my research. I'm on it.
But that reminds me, you still have to send me that Dropbox thing.
Oh, shit, I'll do that as we talk. I'll text you on my shitty ass tiny phone. Get rid of this stuff. Give it back to the owner.
But yeah. So
One more topic.
really, we're done.
How long have we been recording? I have no information on this.
38 minutes.
Jesus, we're flying through this shit.
Yeah. Did we talk about? No, we got two more topics left.
Yeah, what do we got? Choose one.
I guess we go with the Legend of Korra real quick. Book 4, October 3rd. I'm excited. Can't wait. Korra saw me. Yeah, this week went by fast.
Speak for yourself, dude. My weeks are getting longer and longer.
But I actually meant, are you listening to Janet Varney's podcast?
Who?
Her JV Club thing?
No.
No? It's on the Nerdist Network. Huh?
Whose podcast?
Janet Varney.
Oh, no.
Korra.
No.
I had downloaded it today. Like I subscribed to it because she has an episode where she's talking to like the two creators of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably listen to that. But I don't know.
I'm pumped. I'm gonna miss about 5 episodes. That's a guarantee. Knowing you now, you know how to work.
But yeah, I'm excited. It's I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life when the show's done. You see this corner right here? That's where I'll be just. I'll be on the Reddit page, just browsing like.
Drinking, crying.
But yeah, I really want to see how they end it, how they end the series, because I wonder if they're gonna do another. Remember in the original series, like before the finale episodes, how they did that episode when they were at the play, and they're like, the play was just pretty much a crappy recap version of like what happened through the entire series. Remember that episode?
For which book?
For book 3 of the Aang
Oh
series.
shit, I don't remember that one at all.
You know? Like I hope they do something like that, but this time with like the mover stuff, like how they, how what's his name invented like the movie theater technology. Like they should do something like that before the season finale of like of it just like recap of the like what's the guy's name? The crazy guy? Not Aang. Not Aang. Not Boomy. The crazy guy who invented the movers? Who was filming Nut Tuck?
Very,
Barrick? Yeah.
very.
Like I hope they do something where like he like makes a movie of like everything that happened from the beginning of the series, kind of like the recall of the original, and it's like his version of like the Legend of Korra, and it's just like this hilarious thing. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life
Yeah, just get ready for that.
when the show's done.
We'll see her die.
All right, send it if you can. Send it to the podcast email. So I have it on my laptop.
Okay, I just sent it to your phone though.
Yeah, I guess I could do that, but
I'll forward it to you afterwards.
yeah. So
It's gonna be insane and sad.
so any predictions of this ending?
She gets her stuff back. Her
What stuff?
her link with the avatar.
The Avatar stuff?
Yeah, either that or she dies. One out of two.
I don't think they're gonna kill it. They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna kill her.
Yeah.
They're not gonna kill her, and they're not.
Of course.
Because I remember what Ed was saying that they should kill her in the Avatar state, thus breaking the cycle. I'm just like, do you know how much rage that? The internet will explode. It's gonna be something on like USA Today, like Nickelodeon hates female characters, killing off a teenage girl, blah blah blah. I'm just like, oh my god, face palm.
That'll be. I don't even know what to say to that.
Nah, I don't know. I really don't know because this show is kind of.
It's grown up.
The show is kind of like unpredictable.
I don't think
If it was a real anime, she would have died.
Oh yeah, if it was anything else, if it was like for actual, like mature audience, definitely.
But I don't know. I think supposedly they said it's gonna, because a lot of people are complaining that each of the books were kind of like they're a standalone thing, that there was really no connection with the, kind of like how in the original Avatar series, like all 3 books were like one big saga. Like a lot of people I was reading were complaining that like each book is like a separate thing and there's no real connection between them. So I think I was reading that book 4 is gonna link everything together. So I don't know. Maybe Amon was part of the Red Lotus. Her uncle was part of the Red Lotus.
Well, wasn't.
Oh yeah, her uncle was part of the Red Lotus. Yeah, that's right.
He went crazy, and they're like, "No, man, you're too crazy for us," and that's coming from here.
I just can't stop thinking of Amon. But yeah, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. October 3rd, every Friday. How many episodes this one is this season?
How many have they been so far? 8.
Each season's been about like 12.
Yeah, so it's probably the same. I don't think it's going to be anything different.
Yeah. So next up is our last Destiny.
Oh yeah, I went through the list again. I'm like, I think we covered everything. I'll just wait until it pulls out.
Destiny.
I didn't realize.
Is Destiny your destiny? Are you destined? Are people destined to play this game?
I don't know. I can tell you that if that game was my destiny, I'd be an amazing dancer.
Oh yeah, that $500 million into them dance moves.
They had to hire Justin Timberlake, get some moves from him,
And Usher.
Usher, brought back Michael Jackson from the dead.
Oh yeah. If they were like, let's say if they were to really like, if Michael Jackson were still alive, and they were to like, okay, Michael Jackson, we want you to motion capture some dance moves. That's literally the $500 million right there.
The game is shit, but those dance moves, solid.
They're like, the game is crap, but those dance moves.
But no, I enjoy the game. I enjoyed it. It's fun to play with people like you and me, just bullshit online. That's the best. Like there is no story. People's like, what about there's no story. All right, it's just go online and just fucking play with people and
Yeah,
bullshit and dance.
yeah. They got rid of the loot cave, so
Yeah,
yeah, it was fun. Like I went to it a couple times. It was fun while it lasted.
yeah.
But supposedly now they're like adding in like a chat system, like when you pair up with. Because originally when you do strikes, unless if they're not on your fire team, you know how it does random matchmaking.
Mm-hmm.
They're not on your fire team. You can't. There's no chat system or anything for you to
But what if
communicate.
we matchmake you and you got the three players? Isn't that the fire team?
Nah,
What
it's
was a
just
fire team?
you matched up with two other people.
What was a fire team?
Uh, Unless a fire team is like when I join your game,
Oh, okay.
like someone on your friends list or something, or if you make it public, then anybody can join.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought this was like the fire team was what you call whenever you have those people working together, like on a strike team. You got the three people.
Nah. But
Dude, if you talk on a, I think I asked you this already. I don't remember the answer. If like we have our mic set up and we're not in a private chat like we are, and we're in the tower, if we just talk, do people hear us?
no,
No.
I think that's what they're adding in,
Yeah, that'd be cool. Or
like
maybe
a
it'd
whole
be fun to
chat
be
system.
like, yeah, you're walking through the tower and you just got people talking shit.
Yeah, but at some point it's gonna be like, okay, I gotta start muting people here.
No, no, no. I mean, they should make it where like
When you're
you're in
near
a
them,
radius. Yeah, as you're close to them. So like if I'm at this ship place, I shouldn't be able to hear anybody at the speaker.
yeah,
So like if I walk within like a certain distance, I should hear them. And then as I get closer, it gets louder. And then
yeah. I think they're gonna add that stuff like so you'll be able to turn it off and on if you want and stuff like that.
but it'd be cool though. Like you're just standing there and just walking around and just listening to people's conversation.
Or I was thinking, if not that, they could do something like how they do in PlayStation Home, where it's like you bring up like the text box and you just start typing, and whatever you type in, it appears over your avatar's thing. Like let's say if you
Yeah, like a chat
if you
system.
go in and you're like, oh, I'm looking for people to do this raid, and then it just shows up, and you can go to that person saying, okay, invite me, and stuff like they need something like that because pretty much the tower is just you go in and you play soccer matches and monkey in the middle with random people.
You get your engrams checked out. They're all shit, and you just walk away.
Yeah. And they're fixing that, the engram stuff they're supposed to be fixing.
Yeah, there's some stuff there that they definitely gotta take care of.
Yeah. Are you gonna play today?
I don't know. I gotta finish setting up my phone,
Oh, okay.
so maybe if I have time afterwards. But what was I thinking? Oh yeah, something different. Oh yeah, but Destiny, I recommend it if you like shooters.
If you like Halo and Borderlands,
Yeah, and playing online with people.
yeah, it's definitely a co-op. You can't. It's not a solo game.
Speaking of Borderlands, I was watching that 9-minute video that they posted up with like all the classes and just them talking. Did you see that? There's a 9-minute video up there that like I think the people doing Borderlands posted up. I got so pumped to play. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to
You're
play
gonna
that
get
game.
it.
Absolutely, love that game. The only thing that sucks is that it's a PS3 game.
Oh, well, and Xbox.
Yeah, they'll get it for PS3 because
I'll play online for free. Oh.
well, that too, I guess. I got PS Plus anyways.
But yeah. I'm definitely. I think when I go pre-order Super Smash Brothers, I'll
Mm-hmm.
just put in pre-orders for some games at GameStop. So I'm not getting that digitally. Like if I get that digitally, I won't be playing till next year
Yeah,
because
yeah.
PS3 takes forever.
Let me see what's next coming out here.
For games, you got FIFA that came out this week.
But I'm gonna wait till Black Friday to get that for cheap. I can wait. Drive Club comes out on the 7th, and then I guess we also get the free PS Plus version of that.
Okay. So I think Borderlands is that week too, or the week after.
The week after on the 14th, and then 2 weeks afterwards you get Assassins. 2 weeks after that, the other Assassins.
Oh, speaking of Assassins, been playing that Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag.
How you liking it?
So I'm just not the naval combat stuff is just not me.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing all right at it, like but it's just not something. The one thing they did a good job of was like making when you're on the boat sailing and like the waves are rocking in, like you actually feel that like you're actually on the boat even though you're just sitting there playing. Like they did a good job with that. But like the sailing stuff and like.
How about like everything else to play and
Like the controls at Ubisoft, I've given up on your controls for these games. Like they put too much in one button. Like R2 is for running and parkouring, and I think circle does like a bunch of things. And I'm just like when I'm in like one of those chase sequences, it's like I want him to do one thing, but when he starts climbing up stuff, I'm just like, oh, like when the controls work, they're good. Like the game is fun, it's good. But when it starts messing up, I'm just like,
yeah, which is
I can't. Like it messes up the flow of the game. Nah, I just don't think they're gonna. It's gonna like with Unity. I don't think it's gonna be like the same thing.
Same thing as always.
Yeah, and it's another thing like when you're doing the naval combat and you're doing like you go on the ship and they're like, oh, kill these scouts and cut the flag and stuff like that. And I'm trying to like, parkour up the thing. And like some spots it's like he gets stuck and doesn't want to move. I'm just like, oh my god, I'm about to throw my controller.
Right down, walk away.
But
fuck that.
other than that, but like the story, the thing about these Assassin's Creed games and the story, like I'll be into it, like know what's going on, and then at one point it will just lose me. And I'm just like, I have no idea what's going on right now, but I'm continuing to play the game, and then I'll jump, and then like I'll get back in, and I'll know, and then it'll just lose me again. So I'm just like, but one thing about this guy Edward, he can't keep friends, but he can't keep it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know, but like he's like destined to be a loner, because like all his friends either betray him or die. They betray him and die, or they just die. So I'm just like, and then like his quartermaster, the black guy, what's his name? Otterwell, something like that. The Trinidad guy. He leaves and goes joins the assassins. So I'm just like that's where I left off. I'm just like, whoa, now I have nobody. I have no friends. I think the DLC is like about him joining the assassins and stuff. But so yeah, I'm just like.
Yeah, I'm the same way with the story. Like some things it gets me to like you do one quest and you're just like, what the fuck is this guy?
Like it's just funny because sometimes when they're like killed, like in the mission, they're like, "Oh, you're going after to kill this guy." Half the time, I don't even know who I'm going after until they have like the death sequence where they're on the floor and he's talking above them. I'm just like, "Oh, I remember that guy." Hold on, I'll be back.
He's got to go kill somebody. Got that fucking chair. That thing looks fucking comfortable as hell. Holy shit, dude. I'm sitting here on the bed. No AC in this room. Lava light. Good shit. Good shit. Here he comes.
Dun 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 dun.
Put on my phone as my ringtone.
I actually gotta change my ringtone. I'm gonna put the Avatar theme. Nah. But what was I saying?
You're lost in the story.
In story. Yeah. I don't remember.
But Ubisoft. I heard that Watch Dogs 2 has been like confirmed in a way. Like the creative guy behind it or somebody at Ubisoft was talking about like
Was that on a podcast Beyond?
yeah,
Yeah, I think I heard that too.
like all the improvements that they plan on making to the game and all that stuff. I'm like, now we're talking. I look forward to seeing the sequel to that game.
Dude, the DLC came out this week. What you play as that?
Yeah, the Dreadlock.
What was his friend's name?
Don't remember his name.
I forgot his name.
I thought they had come out a long time ago because I had seen the thing for it when I turned on the PS4.
Not Aiden. Aiden's the main guy. I don't remember his name, but yeah, you play as him.
I don't remember either.
But yeah, Watch Dogs 2 should be really good. The first game was alright, but it suffers from that first game-ness.
Yeah, there's a few things that they could fix.
Same thing as Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny, the second one, when they spend that $1 billion on it, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, that Activision money. All that money they get from Call of Duty. But, so yeah, Assassin's Creed 4, I think I'm almost done. I have like, I'm on sequence 11. I think there's 13, so I should be able to finish it. But, yes, are you getting Unity at launch?
I have no idea. I haven't gotten that far yet to know. Like, I think Unity and Rogue I might wait also till Black Friday because Assassin's Creed games I think are always $30 on Black Friday.
Yeah, and they come out the same week too, and I think like the week after.
Oh, they got pushed back. You said Unity got pushed back 2 weeks.
Yeah, but I'm saying both games, Assassin's Creed Unity and Rogue, come out the same week now.
Oh, I didn't know.
Because Rogue was supposed to come out before, and then it got delayed. I think a week after, I think it's October 11th they come out, and then like, not October, November.
2 weeks apart, but
and then I think a week after is Dragon Age, so I'm just like, I don't know about this. Like, Dragon Age is going to take up a lot of my time, so.
Yeah, check out that Black Friday, man. That's the place. That's the way to go.
But other than that, I think that's what's going to wrap it up for this episode. Episode 14.
14. You're old enough to drink.
In some countries.
But yeah, next week we'll have news on video games and
movies, and comics. We still doing Tates on Saturday?
Yeah. We'll talk about the plan afterwards. But yeah.
Sound good, sound good.
Nope. I got no words of advice.
No ending advice here. Oh, that's what I meant to. I was gonna say about about Edward when he first meets the assassins, and he's like, "Oh, you're good at what you do, but we don't like tolerate or we don't approve of like your methods or whatever." And then Edward comes back and is like, "Everything is permitted. Isn't that your motto?" And I was just like, slow clap, slow clap.
Put down the game, you're like, yeah, I can't handle this guy.
But yeah, so yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I think we're done here.
Sounds
We'll
good.
be back next week, hopefully.
Stay tuned for
Episode 15.
when we go to prom.
Oh yeah, for sure.